right, guys, second video of today. Second video of today. So I kind of ditched what I was kind of planning. Not necessarily ditched, but my previous video, I had kind of like a script and some things I wanted to go off of, but I felt that that was really unnatural and that didn't really capture my thought process, my voice really adequately, and it just felt really just yeah, I didn't really like it. I'll still post it because I really do believe in like kind of posting, even if it's bad, because you're going to the only thing that you're just gonna get better, right? And I think that's the main part. But for this one, I literally just have the title of the video and then I'm just thinking of stuff on the spot. So hopefully that sounds a bit more authentic, a bit more natural for you guys and follow it a little bit better. But yeah, the topic of today is why, oh, why should you stop trying to change people? I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with, myself 100%, but especially people who have individuals in their lives who perhaps aren't at the places that they want them to be or what they think they should be, or people like maybe you think your friends are so much capable of something or you really just want to help somebody, right? I think there's so many ways, so many areas we can really tackle this topic, but I think starting with a story probably is the best way. And yeah, starting with a story and then kind of extract the lessons, shall we? So obviously this is a gym self-improvement mindset type of channel, and for me the gym always came naturally, right? I've always loved going to the gym. It's always been something that I look forward to doing every day, and it's something that I really think I really have a passion for, right? Like I was actually talking to somebody recently and they're like, oh yeah, you're so disciplined going to the gym. I'm like, low key, it's not even discipline at this point. Like I feel genuinely worse when I don't go to the gym. Now, enough glazing myself. The point I'm trying to make is that I love the gym and I know there's so many benefits that come with it. Your physical health, your confidence, just your energy, just having just your mental health as well, having something that you can do every single day. And even though your day may be just terrible, right? It's an absolutely shitty day. So long as you can control one aspect of it, I think, and that being the gym, I think it could really, really help with a lot of people in terms of their just overall just livelihood, right? But yeah, I know of all these benefits. I've experienced these benefits. And of course, my friends, people who are close to me, and just people in general, I'd love for them to take up going to the gym. Now, I always like laugh about like with my friends in the morning. I'm like, oh, I hate when like you have the New Year's people or like New Year, new me, and they go to the gym because the gym is so busy. But I honestly do feel like it would be nice for more people to go to the gym because there's so many benefits. That aside, I've had plenty of friends who've asked me for advice, who've asked me, oh, how do I stay consistent at the gym? How do I do this? How to do that? Right. And at the start, or not the start, but like a couple of years ago, when I was really into the gym, I would like, make them like workout plans and I would be, I'd be like on them. Like I'd be like, well, pause. But I'd be like, yeah, you need to work out this day. And I check in with them and I would be just like really just that guy who really wanted you to go to the gym. And something interesting happened when I did that. Well, interesting as in it didn't really help, right? Like some of my friends, they did take up with the gym and sometimes they go a bit casually, but none of them really reached the same level of like intense passion I had towards the gym, right? Like no one really truly became addicted like me. And it it kind of bugged me, right? It bugged me in a way, like especially like my family as well. Like a lot of them, they all had memberships at the start, but I guess not all of them kind of go to the gym as frequently or as regularly as me, right? And I was kind of not devastated, but I was kind of like, am I doing something wrong? Because I know of so many benefits. I know I'm convinced that going to the gym and doing these are going to help the people who are close to me. And obviously when I see the people who are close to me happy, when you see the people who are dear to you, the people who've sacrificed so much for your well-being, happy and enjoying their lives, you feel happy as well, just through like osmosis. That's not how osmosis work, but you kind of get the picture. So I'm thinking like, is there something wrong with me? Am I doing something wrong? Is it the way I'm teaching them? Maybe I have to tell them this, or maybe I was like, but I think throughout kind of not life, because again, I'm sounding like I'm some wise old man. I'm like, I'm not that old. But throughout just telling people and just my experiences, I've realized that at the end of the day, and this is gonna be a clip. This is definitely gonna be my shorts, but at the end of the day, the only person who can make a change for an individual is that person, right? The only person who can make a change is that person. So you cannot get hung up on whether or not people are listening to you, whether or not people are changing because of your behavior, right? Now, of course, if I had a gun to somebody's head and tell them to go to the gym, that's a different story. But I don't know about you, but that's not necessarily the way, the method, the. I don't really want to become friends or tell people to do that. I feel like that's a bit too much, right? So again, like the only way people are going to change is if they believe, or it's going to be an intrinsic change on themselves, right? They can listen to what you say, they can follow it for a period of time, but the only time they are going to change is when they believe that they want to make the change for yourself. And understanding that has made me, in dealing with other people, I'm feeling the guilt that I'm like, oh wow, I can't help my friends, I can't help the people close to me. It's helped so much because now I realize that, listen, I can no, this obviously doesn't mean like you, if you have like information, you just withhold it because, oh, they're not going to change. No, that's that's I think a little irrational. But it means that, hey, I have this information, I can tell my friends, I can advise my friends, but ultimately the decision to change is on them. So that doesn't mean if they don't want to listen to me, if they don't want to do what I say, they don't want to necessarily take the information, that's fine, right? It's their life to live. And your job as a friend is can be different for very much situations, right? One friend to your job to one friend could be a different job to another. But personally, I believe that good friends are ones that help each other in times of need, and you can rely on them to do the same if you need that help, right? Now, whether or not you take that information or whether or not you listen to your friend is up to them. But I think a sign of a good friendship isn't necessarily the fact that they will immediately listen to what you say and just take on that, because I feel like that kind of means that they're not really thinking for themselves. But it's more that they respect you, they hold your opinion in a higher caliber than just some random guy they met off the street. And so they'll consider it, right? They'll consider what you may have said, but that does not necessarily mean that they're going to change their behavior, right? They'll consider, but not necessarily change. And that's okay, right? It's okay that they're not necessarily going to immediately change, or they're going to do that, right? You may think this is the best thing in the world, but remember, that's what your brain is, right? Your brain, your perceptions, the way that you view the world, right? That's how you view it, not how everyone else views it, right? And because you're in your position right now and how you've experienced your world, the experiences that you've had, that's the conclusion that you made. But somebody else who's perhaps maybe grown up somewhere else, had a different family upbringing, perhaps had different relationships, right? They may not come to that same conclusion, and that's perfectly okay. Your job is not to force people to change. Your job is to present the options, and they can take the leap and say, hey, that's actually a good idea. And if they take it, that's great. If they don't, that's okay, right? And I think I'll end it on this, but I think the whole idea of stopping yourself from changing people kind of is a selfish thing in a way. But I honestly feel like being selfish is kind of the best way to change people in a way. So how what do I mean by this, right? And this is another thing I think I'll 100% come back to in future videos. But you need to work on yourself, you need to care for yourself, you need to be there for yourself before you can help others, right? You need to help yourself before you help others. And I am such like I am like the number one glazer of this like philosophy that you need to help yourself before you can help others. Be as selfish to yourself so you can give as selflessly to others, right? If you want to inspire somebody to change their body, to inspire somebody to become better, what better proof, what better evidence is there than, changing yourself, right? If you say, hey, the gym is going to make me a lot more happier, what better evidence is that you show your friends, not through what you say, but through the ways that you express yourself, that you are a happier person, right? You show that because you're no longer arguing with them every day. You're not like making bickering, you're just a better person because of the advice you followed, right? If you want people to listen to you, right, at least be be, don't be hypocritical. Do the things that you say that are going to help you, right? And the only way you can do that is by being selfish. And that may mean that, hey, I'm not able to go out today because I have to work on myself. Or, hey, I'm not going to be able to stay out as long because I have to sleep early, right? But you show them because of the sacrifices that you may have through their plans, right? You show them the benefits. You show them that, hey, I'm feeling better, I'm sleeping better, I'm enjoying life better. And then maybe then they may listen to you. Maybe then they may take that information that you've given them and look at it, hey, my friend, he's doing all of these different things, right? But wow, he's improving, he's glowing, he's life is it looks like it's so fun. Maybe I should give it a shot, right? Rather than just telling them, hey, you need to change, you need to change, you need to change. And when they don't necessarily want to listen, it's like you make them like the enemy, right? You don't need to do that, right? And I think it's like it's a way of manipulation. It's a way of manipulation as well. Like I don't think it's I don't think any friend should really have to. You should never be manipulating your friends at all, period. But changing people, forcing them to change is manipulation kind of disguised as, help, right? So in essence, don't change people. Stop trying to change people. And I think the best way to, if you want to help other people's, is to help yourself. And then if they feel as if they want to kind of take your hand and, they want to get that journey, they will reach out to you. They know you, they know your contact, they know who you are, right? They'll reach out to you if they need help. But trust your friends a little bit more, right? Trust the people that you care about a bit more and trust that they will reach out to you if they need help, but don't change them if that's not right. People are different for reasons, and you don't need to always have the exact same people doing the exact same things, right? It's okay if not everyone listens. Yeah, so that was the video. I think I really enjoy this way where I don't really have anything written down. It's just me kind of this. I have this like obviously a title, and then I just kind of go off the dome, right? Because I felt like it just felt a lot more passionate, a lot more real. Now the only problem with this video is that I look like I'm looking at my monitor over there, and I'm a lot shorter than I usually am, so I'll have to fix up the tripod setup. But that's for the next video. But till next time, guys.